Alright, today we're going to go ahead and break down Silent Hill by Kendrick Lamar featuring Kodak Black, so let's jump right into it. Alright, for this one, the tempo is set to 140 beats per minute. Kicking it off with the main instrument that you hear throughout the entire record is this keyboard sound right here. For this sound, I use a stock instrument in Logic Pro found under Vintage Electric Piano called Classic Electric Piano. All I really added to this is the rotor cabinet to add in some movement. Softens up the sound as well. And widens it up. I added in a little bit of reverb just to give some space. And lastly, I added an instance of duck out so that when the big 808 hits, this sort of ducks out a little bit and makes that 808 shine a little bit more. Next up, we can go ahead and jump into the drums. This is what they sound like on their own. All right, to start things off, we have that 808. And then we have a hi-hat pattern. Nothing too crazy so far. And then we have ourselves two snares, and it sounds like this together. And then we have the sound that, in my opinion, sort of defines the track. This is the one that kind of stands out of everything. It's that chirpy effects sound. This is what it sounds like in the pattern. And then finally, we have the scratch effects that happens at the end of every 2 bars. Moving along in the track, we get introduced to a set of strings. Now the pattern does change up throughout the song, but this is one of the patterns right over here. For that instrument, I use Logic's cello section pizzicato instrument. That can be found under Legacy, Logic, Orchestral Strings, Cello Section Pizzicato. That instrument, I should mention, is panned a lot to the right. If you listen to the track in the mix, the sound for this is panned pretty much all the way to the right, which was an interesting mixing choice. Next up, we have this bass sound over here. It sort of plays off the 808 a little bit. For that instrument, I'm using the Liverpool bass, found under bass, called Liverpool bass. And then finally, we get our last instrument here, which is another set of strings. Once again, this is also panned very hard right. Interesting mixing choice over there. Sounded good though. For this instrument, I use the viola instrument, stock instrument in Logic. That is found under Orchestral Strings Violas. And together, just the instruments sound like this. I should mention, midway through the track, this keyboard sound does get dropped 1 octave and gets filtered out quite heavily to give it a more darker sound. Now for that, all you gotta do is take your chords and just pitch it down 1 full octave. And then I added in an EQ just to filter out a lot of the top end to give it that muffled dark sound. All right, so there you have it. There is the instrument breakdown to Silent Hill by Kendrick Lamar featuring Kodak Black. Now let's go ahead and listen to the entire session. Alright, so right there is the remake to Silent Hill by Kendrick Lamar featuring Kodak Black. For your Logic users, I will place the session down below this video. I'll also include a play pack as well, include the mini stems, the audio stems, and the drum kit. But other than that, if you do have any questions on this or just want to chat, let's go and talk in the comment section below. I hope you enjoyed this video, I hope you enjoyed this remake, and I'll catch you on the next one. Later. Peace.